She told me sleeping with him was a once-in-a-lifetime dream. I told her, good, because that was the last night she'd ever sleep under my roof. My revenge didn't start later. It started right there. But to understand how we got here, you need to know where it really began. 18 years ago, a UCLA house party I didn't even want to be at. I was a third-year engineering student, disciplined, calculated, entirely predictable, until her Lena Griffith, sharp smile, eyes like secrets. The kind of woman who could make you forget what you were saying, mid-sentence. She listened like nobody else in the room mattered. Brushed my arm just long enough to make me notice. Within weeks, I was gone. Hooked. 3 years later, I married her, and for a long time, I thought I'd won. We were that couple, Ryan and Lena, the ones friends pointed at like proof love still worked. Solid. Untouchable. Julie came first, all logic and fire like me. Our son followed 2 years later. Life settled into rhythm. She became vice principal at a local high school. I built a career as a structural engineer. Weekends were barbecues, road trips, dinners with 3 other couples we called friends. Closest to us, Brent and Claire McKinney. She taught with Lena. He was a loud-mouthed financial advisor who overshared about everything, especially their sex life. Then there were Mara and Dennis, self-declared pioneers of the open marriage, and one summer night, in the McKinneys' backyard, everything shifted. It started like any other night. Beers around the fire pit, kids asleep inside, warm air, stars overhead. Normal. Until Brent brought up the hall pass game. List 5 celebrities your spouse would let you sleep, with no consequences. I laughed. Thought he was joking. He wasn't. Neither was anyone else. Turns out, they'd all used theirs. Real names, real bodies, real affairs dressed up as some harmless joke. Then Claire turned to Lena. So, who's on your list? Lena didn't hesitate. Derek Hale, actor, TV heartthrob, the brooding older type. She said it like she'd been waiting to say it her whole life. Everybody laughed, except me. That night, after we got home, Lena was all over me, different, hungrier. And somewhere in the dark, low in my ear, she whispered, if I ever had the chance. With Derek, and would you let me? I pulled back, met her eyes. Not a chance. You're my wife. Nobody touches you but me. She smiled like it was cute, like it was a game. But there was something else in her eyes that night. Calculation. She filed my answer away like data, and the part I didn't catch? Just before that conversation, her phone had buzzed on the patio table, face down, silent, harmless detail. At the time, but nothing about that night was harmless. Years passed, careers grew, friendships drifted, and one by one, every couple that played that little hall pass game divorced, except us, until her conference in Los Angeles, until him, Thursday night, 10:04 p.m. I was reviewing blueprints when my phone rang. Lena. Music bled through the call, not a hotel lobby. A nightclub. Her voice was loose, breathless, laughing. You're not going to believe this. My stomach dropped. Derek Hale is here. He bought me drinks. We've been talking for hours. I'm going to use my hall pass tonight. Not a question, not a joke, a declaration. I told her not to do this. She hung up. Straight to voicemail. That was the longest night of my life. By Friday morning, I wasn't heartbroken. I was operational. I dropped the kids at my parents', drove across town to Jack Monroe's house. His wife, Jenny, at the same conference. Told Jack to call her, casual, on speaker. I recorded it. Instinct. Jenny answered. Jack played it cool. Asked how Lena was doing. Jenny hesitated, then whispered, "Oh God, Ryan doesn't know?" And like that, it spilled. Lena had told everyone we had an agreement, that I was fine with it, that sleeping with Derek was her once-in-a-lifetime dream, and she had to take it. She'd built it perfectly. The alibi, the witnesses, the narrative. My world didn't break. It locked into place. This wasn't recklessness. This was architecture. Strategic. Intentional. And I was the fool she thought would never notice the blueprint. She was coming home Saturday night. And I was ready. I installed a camera facing the living room sofa. Remote trigger in my hand. Mind like ice. When Lena walked through that door, just after 9 p.m., glowing like a woman returning from fantasy, she had no idea. None. That this wasn't her ending. This was my beginning. This is chillingly perfect. Ryan's voice here feels like a man who's already halfway dead inside, but sharper, clearer, and far more dangerous because of it. Every line drips with restrained fury and surgical control. You want him to feel like the last man someone should ever betray, and this absolutely leans into that. Want me to punch it even colder? Subtly crueler. I can tighten it so Ryan sounds like he's moved past heartbreak, into that terrifying clarity where love, grief, and rage all calcify into calculation. Here's a refined version, stripped down, sharper, edged in venom, that never raises its voice. You're good, Lena. I'll give you that. The gaslighting, the staged concern, the careful pity in your voice when I told you I was tired, when I told you I felt off. You smiled through it all. You wore me down like it was foreplay. And I let you, God, I let you. I wasted months second-guessing myself while you rehearsed your innocence like lines in a play. But I see you now. All of you. Every move. Every pattern. Every tell. I don't need a confession. I don't need a fight. I don't even need the truth. I know, and that's enough. Mr. Monroe, Vicky began, did your wife call you the night in question? Jack shifted slightly on the stand. Yes. She called to check on our kids. And during that call, did she mention Lena leaving with a man? Beside me, Jenny tensed. Jack hesitated, long enough to answer the question without words. I don't recall the specifics, he said finally, stealing a glance at his wife. Vicky's lips barely moved. Allow me to refresh your memory. She pressed play. Jenny's voice spilled into the silent courtroom, brittle, panicked. Lena left with him. I tried to stop her, but she said this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Jenny buried her face in her hands. I don't remember saying that, she whispered hoarsely. If I did, I was confused. Vicky didn't flinch. Noted. Then she turned. Mrs. Mercer, you maintain you've never met anyone named Derek Hale, correct? Lena straightened. That's right, this is all Ryan's jealous fantasy. Without a word, Vicky played the second recording, our living room confrontation. Lena's voice filled the room, vivid, graphic, gloating, describing every detail of her night with Derek, praising him, mocking me, admitting she kept her wedding ring on while he took her apart. When it ended, Vicky's voice cut through the silence like a scalpel. Is this your voice, Mrs. Mercer? Lena didn't answer. She couldn't. Her mouth opened, closed, nothing. Then came the kill shot. For the record, the real Derek Hale was in Europe filming during this period. Flight records, production schedules, ironclad. The man Mrs. Mercer slept with was Travis Bell, a celebrity impersonator, known for seducing married women, and previously sued for knowingly transmitting STDs. Gasps rippled through the gallery, and then the photograph. Recovered from Lena's iCloud. Lena, Jenny, and Travis Bell, grinning in some grimy VIP lounge, drinks raised. Not Derek Hale, not a fantasy, just a fraud. The judge didn't deliberate long. Adultery, perjury, prenup enforced, full custody to me, premarital assets secured, Lena and Jenny, fined $5,000 each for lying under oath. In a criminal court, it would have been worse. Outside, the media swarmed. Mrs. Mercer, how does it feel? Trading your family for a night with a celebrity impersonator. Something in Lena snapped. She lunged, feral, grabbing the reporter's hair, screaming obscenities as security dragged her off in handcuffs. It was all captured live. By nightfall, the video was everywhere. By morning, Lena Mercer, former vice principal, was unemployed. By the end of the week, she was unemployable. 6 months later, she got out of jail. Battery charges, mugshot viral, reputation in ashes. Then the calls began. The letters, begging for a meeting, closure, redemption. I ignored them all, until my mother quietly said, over Sunday dinner, "See her, not for her sake, for yours." We met at her mother's house. Neutral. Ground. Lena looked like a ghost of herself. Thinner, pale, haunted. When she saw me, she broke immediately. "Thank you for coming," she whispered. I stayed standing. "You wanted to talk." "I'm listening," she poured it out, sobbing, missing the kids, missing our life, claiming ignorance, claiming regret. I let her finish. I waited, and then I said, calm as glass, "You're sorry you were deceived. Sorry you got caught. Sorry your career imploded, but not once have you said you're sorry for betraying me." Her tears froze. "Your affair wasn't a mistake, Lena. It was a choice. A choice you prepared for, bragged about, lied about. Over and over again." Her hands shook. "I'll be the best wife." I shook my head. "Final. No. From this moment on, your life has nothing to do with mine, except as the mother of my children." When I turned to leave, she lunged. Her mother caught her. Her sobs chased me to the door. I didn't look back. In my car, I sat for a long moment. From my pocket, I unfolded Julie's crayon drawing. My dad is my hero. It hit me then, clear as truth. Victory wasn't ruining Lena. Victory was walking away untouched. Dignity intact. Children protected. Legacy untainted. Some prisons are made of walls. Others are built from choices. I drove away, not to escape the past, but toward a future that finally belonged to me.